You all right?
How are we doing?
Warm, innit?
Oh, yes.
Well, it has been.
Yeah.
Nice and cool in the house.
Supposed to be 29 degrees tomorrow.
What is it? What was it today?
About 25.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing these silkies.
Is that why Tom Jones came to join me on the podcast?
They're actually pajamas. Fatima bought them for me because I bought her some silk pajamas last year. And for Eid this year, she got me a pair. They're very cool.
Nice.
You like that?
Is that what you've been working in all day?
You like that? Hey?
It's okay. I mean, I'm not offended by it.
Not shut your boot. But also welcome any feelings of confusion.
I learned to live with the confusion a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, what did you ask me? Oh, have I been working in them?
Yeah.
No. I made the mistake of
putting a three-piece suit. A dinner suit. I've been
trying to because I haven't been able to train for the last 3 weeks because of my operation.
Yeah.
So this week.
How is your health, by the way?
How's my health?
How's your health?
Right.
Yeah.
Guess what? I haven't used nasal spray today.
Really?
For the first time in years, and I'm not exaggerating there.
No.
Years.
Oh, you can cane it, can't you?
Listen to this. Done that again.
Yeah, go on then. Wow. All right, watch this. That's as much as I can get out of that one. Sometimes it goes sideways like that. It's weird.
Yeah.
Really
so I started training again this week. I got on the Peloton on Monday morning and did a bike ride. Fuck me, my chest was in. Oh, it was torture.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus. So because I haven't been well as well. But it just dawned on me, it's like, I always train in the mornings and usually in the evenings as well, but I am sat on my ass all day.
Yeah.
I really need to be more conscious about walking and doing and just trying to sort of rather than train early in the morning, I'm just going out walking. So I've done like a 5k every morning for every day this week. And then I'm going for another walk at lunchtime. And I'm just trying to get 10,000 steps, Simon. and then I'll train straight after work.
Yeah.
But I've been wearing my bloody Cotton Marvel t-shirt all day, sweating. And then when I finished work, I was in the studio.
There's been clinging.
Yeah, Klingons. And I thought, should I go into the house and change my t-shirt, or should I just train in this? I thought, nah, bollocks. So I did a 30-minute Red Hot Chili Peppers themed bike ride. And,
so you just wore a sock on your cock then?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very bruised. It bashed itself off the handlebars a few times. But oh my god, I came out and I'm not kidding you. You know what I'm saying too? Yeah. When you go, when you're really hot, like you've got a sweat on from training, and then you go and get in the shower, and the shower's warm, and then you get out of the shower and dry yourself, and you start immediately sweating profusely again, because your body just hasn't had a chance to cool down at all. Do
your last couple of minutes in the shower do it quite cold?
Well, we can't. There's something wrong with the thing on our shower, so you can't actually get it. You can get it.
Dip your testicles in the bird bath then.
Yeah, I really would like to start having cold showers when we get the new bathroom. That'll be fine. But,
I find you can't do it from the start because it is a bit too much, and also you can't get enough lather.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't lather in a cold one.
Well, you've never heard somebody say work it up into a nice cold lather.
Correct. Yeah.
It's always a hot lather, or a warm lather, or a spicy lather. It's never a mild, calmer lather, is it? It's never.
They don't even say a tepid lather either, do they?
No. So, but yeah, we'd definitely like to start having like ice cold showers at the end and just.
Hey, whoa! Yeah, I said cold, not ice cold. Don't.
Oh no, I want it freezing. I want my balls to disappear.
Of course you do. You want to push your body to the limits, don't you, Ross? All the time.
Do you want to do a bit of an intro?
Yeah, can do.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
Welcome back to another episode of the Simon and Ross podcast. Joined as always by my esteemed friend and colleague, Mr. Simon Bakar.
From across the Pennines. Hello.
Right. I feel like it's been quite a long stint since we've seen each other, since we've spoken to each other rather. But then we were very exposed to one another for a week, weren't we?
I get the feeling you wanted some distance.
No, I've just had a lot on.
Yeah.
And I haven't been well. And it all started actually from the day of that gig.
Yeah.
The day of that, I went steadily downhill from that day.
Yeah. I've not felt great for probably since then.
Really?
Yeah. I feel all right now,
because the cribs were that shit.
Please see previous podcast.
Oh yeah, you need to get to release all that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you listened to it? Is it something worthwhile?
Yeah. It passes an hour, doesn't it?
Yeah. But today I thought it was worth us having a podcast between the two of us because I've had a nice little trip to London, haven't I?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a show that Fatima and I went to see, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Right.
Or Cursed, as people like to pronounce it. Amongst general things, really.
So yeah, join us after the music and we'll continue this conversation. So when did you get back from London? Was it yesterday or the day before?
Oh, Sunday.
What day is it today?
Thursday.
Ah, right. Okay.
I've been working all week.
Yeah, I have.
That's
why I have no idea what day it is.
We went on Friday night.
Oh, right, yeah.
We went down to London on the Friday night, but obviously we both worked that day as well. So we actually got a 7:30 train.
Yeah.
From Castleford. To where did we change at?
Oh, I meant to ask you, in Castleford, do the trains come in and then reverse back out again?
Don't know. I've literally only ever got on one.
Right. Okay. Because I've only obviously the train I got in, I thought, oh, it must be that way. It didn't. It reversed the way it came in.
Oh. No, I don't know.
Get back to me on that.
I think there are two platforms. Are there two platforms?
I don't think there is.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I can't even remember where the fuck Sheffield, I think. I think we changed in Sheffield.
Right, okay.
Because that's a really important part of the story. But yeah, so we didn't get there till pretty late at night, and then I'd pre-booked an Uber from the station from St Pancras,
right?
And within 20 seconds, 30 seconds of being in the Uber, I witnessed a mugging.
Shut yourself. All right, okay.
Literally, we pulled up at this junction, and I was looking around. I've been to London quite a few times, but very rarely for pleasure.
Okay. Just mainly for work.
Yeah, it's mainly I'm staying somewhere and I'm going straight to a venue and back again, and that's it. And I've, only a small handful of times have I actually been able to wander around it and experience a bit of it properly. And whenever I do, I'm a bit like, okay, hell, this is a bit much. This is a bit much, kid. But we pulled up at this junction.
I did not sign up for this. There is far too many people.
There's a lot of buildings, isn't there? Building. I could do that for the next 2 hours, and I won't.
Don't stand there for too long. They'll build a building on you.
See, all these buildings, they used to be people, but they got caught standing still.
They don't fine you anymore. They just build a building on you.
You're just pieces on a Monopoly board to them. Static for too long. Hotel. So anyways, we pulled up at this junction and I was looking around. I just heard this god awful scream. It was horrible. It was like, It was like really high pitched. I was like, what the fuck? And I just saw this guy come flying out of the end of this street on a push bike with a handbag in his hand, with some poor young lass chasing him. And she's obviously just been walking along, committed the cardinal sin of not putting the bag over there, like you should if you're in London.
Yeah.
And he's just fucking gone past and yoink, and just taken it from her. So
did you clothesline him as he went past you?
No, he was fucking gone, mate. That's a taxi driver. I said, are we going to pursue him? Are we going to turn this into like something like the By the Way video where I'm sort of hanging out the window like that and I'll fucking jump out and take the cunt down?
Follow that rally speeder.
But no, we just turned down another street. Yeah.
And just went,
I think I did make the mistake though. I should have just gone for like a premiere in something like that. Because we stayed in a place called Regency Hotel, West End. Right. Yeah, very, very close to Baker Street. Baker Street's the closest station. And the Sherlock Holmes Museum.
Yeah.
Finding my way down on Baker Street. Another crazy day. You keep saying it was so easy. You be saying it was so easy. It is an absolute tune.
Yeah. Just shame we didn't get his nasal passage sorted.
So easy. But you're trying. He's rolling. He's a rolling stone. Yeah, tune. That used to be my favorite, like, go-to karaoke song. That standing on the table. I did it a cappella, obviously.
Like just like that. Ross, why do you always carry an inflatable saxophone around with you, just in case?
Because you never know when Jerry Rafferty's going to come on, dear. I'm not going to be caught out. I'm not going to be caught out by a rogue Rafferty and not have me inflatable sax. As the name of your podcast, a rogue Rafferty.
Rogue Rafferty, yeah.
You're walking down, minding your own business. Bang, right in the back of the head.
So who was it that assaulted you, Mr. Scum? I think it was a rogue Rafferty. He's got me 3 times this week.
Get down.
I think he's nicked someone's handbag. It's a rogue Rafferty.
But yeah,
I know where he lives, Baker Street.
But it was nice. It was good, and we spent, we went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. First of all, Simon, are you a fan of Harry Potter?
I have. I've read all the books.
Okay, good start.
And I've watched all the films many times. Charlotte always has, a bit like Lord of the Rings. She has like a watching session of them all at least twice a year. So some of the shine's gone off it. It gets a bit. The first couple are not painful to watch, but I would skip them if I had the choice.
First ones.
The first few, yeah. Until you really get to the meat of the Potter, the Potter meat.
So when does Potter the pot of meat? When does when does Potter become the pot of meat for you, Simon Parker? When does it become a really meaty bite? A really meaty, a really beefy chew.
I think it gets interesting from the third one.
Right, so from the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, I think that's where the main sort of story. Even though you've got to have read or watched the first couple, so you understand some of the bits in the last few. I think it's where
widely regarded as the best one. I think by a lot of people.
Do you reckon? I think it's easily the best film.
Yeah,
and I think some of the characters that are introduced in there are probably some of
Sirius Black.
Yeah, and Remus and
Lupin.
Yeah,
that is Luke. That is
yeah. Same guy. So I let that one go.
Tonks.
No,
Tonks.
She's not introduced to the next one.
All right.
So, but I think that's for me. That's the best one.
Yeah.
I always look forward to that one in the session of watching them.
Well, that's good because I was waiting for you to turn around and say, "Nah, I fucking hate it, Ross." I thought that you were a bit of a fan, and the fact that if you've read them all and seen them all multiple times, you're a fan, matey. You're a fan, my mate.
Well, I think Charlotte's read the books, I think 3 times.
I think Fatima's read them twice, and she's listened to the audiobook, the Stephen Fry audiobook, which I really want to listen
I'm
to.
not going to read them again, I will say, but I did enjoy them. It was they got quite tough near the end to even hold in your hands whilst reading. They were big meaty books.
Big books.
Yeah, big books. Yeah, especially
like big bits of gammon, weren't they?
meaty Potter.
Potter meats.
And I think if I'm right, the Chamber of Secrets is the biggest book.
Chamber of Secrets. No, Chamber of. Oh,
you're very wrong with that.
What do you mean?
Definitely.
I know it's not. Is it? Is he going to say hello to Simon? They're just going to walk away with that.
No, don't worry.
Hi.
Hello, you all right?
What's in here?
Well, I've been training in here.
It smell of balls.
Look, a cold can of Diet Coke.
Very nice.
And that's all the shampoo they had, so you can try it.
Alberto Balsam.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, love.
Bye.
Bye.
She didn't want to stay and talk, did she?
Chamber of Secrets. Did you hear that? I'd say no, definitely Hallows is bigger. No, maybe Goblet is bigger.
Definitely Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is that what I said? Is that what I said?
No, you said Chamber of Secrets, man.
Oh no, I didn't.
The second
no, I didn't mean that one. I did the one with the
orange one with the dragon on it.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, but I know because we at that point we were waiting for the books to come out, so I got the last couple on the day of release, and obviously let Charlotte read them in 2 days, and then I took 3 months to read them.
Right. So, have you read The Cursed Child?
No.
Oh, you fucking muggle! There's so many people. So many people I've spoken to who are like, I was in the hairdressers today, and she was like, I fucking love Harry Potter, and I was like, so do you know what The Cursed Child's about? She was like, nah, what's that? So many people have said that to me, where because it was released as a script.
Yeah.
People literally don't know what the story is, and when I talk about it, they're like, "Oh my god, didn't realize it was that epic." So you've got no idea what it's about?
No.
Oh fucking hell! Right, I was hoping you would say this.
Isn't it about is it sort of like an alternative reality or something?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
In a way, yes. So, fast forward like 15 years after the end of where the story ends.
So where they are at the end of the film then?
Pretty much, like on the station.
Yeah, and Ron's got a big gut, and Ginny's got a fat ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always focusing on the Weasleys' anatomy. Every time I say, what do you think about Philosopher's Stone? Yeah, Ron's nipples are a bit weird. What do you think about Chamber of Secrets? Yeah, Fred and George's cocks were weirdly sort of different considering they're identical twins. What do you think about Prisoner of Azkaban? Yeah, I liked Mrs. Weasley's tits in that one. What about Goblet of Fire? Yeah, Jenny Weasley's coming into Rome, but it's still a bit weird because I don't think she's quite of age. What about Order of the Phoenix? Yeah, Ron Weasley's getting some pubes now, which is nice to see. It's nice to see. What about death?
Bang on. Bang on. I'm not denied any of it.
Every book is judged by one of the Weasleys' anatomy.
The thing is, to say the twins, they bend in different directions.
Yeah, because they're stood back to back.
Like they were in the womb. Yeah, I get you.
I'm sure they can hook them for some sort of mighty morphing Weasley twin. like He-Man when he has the power, so he gets an erection.
Like the monkey chicken
Weasley's
hang.
cross swords.
Was it with like a barrel of monkeys?
Yeah. I think there's a like in sort of modern day we say there's an app for that. I think in that world that there's a spell for that. So wouldn't it be mad if we could just cross swords? There's a spell for that. And it's just Avada Kedavra. Thump. He thinks they're gonna die. He just links the dicks and turns into a more powerful Weasley.
Changes life choices.
Stupendo Homo erectus.
It doesn't have to be erect.
No, it doesn't. No. Stiffy Lucio.
So we've gone on to one knob gags, have we? Straight away. Is that where we are?
This is your fault. So imagine. Let me set the scene.
Yeah.
Let me set the fucking scene. So Harry, Harry and Ginny have got 3 kids.
So is this set about 2006 or so? Is it? No, it'll be a bit later, won't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably about 2012.
When it was set or when it was released?
Yeah, set.
When it's set. Well, it's set 15. When was the last book released?
Well, they weren't set when they were released, though, were they?
What year is Cursed Child set?
I think the
2000,
first.
Well, in the opening scenes set during the epilogue of Deathly Hallows in the year 2017.
Yeah.
2017. 2017. Because it's about because when they're at the train station, Harry and Ginny's one of their sons, Albus Severus. Yeah. Albus Severus Potter is going to Hogwarts.
The bravest man I've ever known.
And he becomes really good mates with Scorpius Malfoy.
Right, okay.
Who is Malfoy's son.
Right.
And the sort of general premise is that Albus, first of all, he gets sorted into Slytherin.
Who does? Harry Potter. Oh, right, okay.
Harry Potter's son.
Okie dokie.
Which is a bit mental, isn't it?
No, because the sorting hat almost put Harry into Slytherin, didn't they?
Yeah. He's like, Gryffindor.
Oh, no, Mr. Potter. Oh, should I put you in Slytherin? Oh, no, please don't put me in Slytherin. Please don't put me in Slytherin. Oh, I won't put it in Slytherin. Put you in Slytherin. And Gryffindor it is. Yay! Remember, if you do worry about it, then you do have, it does read your choices. It does read your thoughts into which house you want to go in. But if you do end up in Slytherin, it's not the end of the world, is it?
Well, you can't hide the fact that Slytherin is full of complete dicks.
Oh, yeah. Guaranteed, if there's a knob there, it's in Slytherin.
Yeah.
They are in Slytherin.
Yeah. So it's basically about, Albus is trying to live up to the legacy that his dad left behind. And to be honest, he's a bit shit. He struggles to get his broom up.
We've all had that.
Yeah, he's looking at it, going up, and it's not fucking doing anything. He's struggling to do pretty much anything. So anyway,
just picture it.
Albus.
Just picture him, McGonagall's areolae. Come on.
Again, you're doing this, not me. You fucking sick bastard.
Potter. That's it. That's got it. Stop looking at my areolae, Mr. Potter. No. So just a couple of minutes. Sorry, carry on.
So, Scorpius and Albus, the sort of the first part, because the play is split into two.
Yeah.
When you go and see it, it's split into two parts.
Right.
So the part 1 is from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m.
Right. Okay.
And there's a 20-minute gap in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And then at 5 p.m. you get a 2-hour break to go and have some tea, have some tea and that, have some scran down, and that in Soho.
Right.
And and then part 2 runs from 7 till 10.
Right. Okay.
With a 20-minute gap. So some people go and see the parts on different days.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
Yeah. But you definitely want to make a day of it and see both, because fuck me, if I walked out of part 1 knowing that I wasn't going to see part 2 for like however long, I'd be absolutely devoured. Yeah. Most people are there for the full thing.
Did anyone stay in the seat?
No.
Oh, okay. Move on.
Well, I mean, it's not like I hung around and waited to check. Like, I doubt it.
No,
fucking who's going to do that?
People.
Yeah. So... Scorpius, the first part of the story really is Scorpius and Albus want to save Cedric Diggory's life.
Right, okay.
You remember Cedric Diggory was killed by Voldemort in the Goblet of Fire. He essentially sacrificed himself to save Harry.
Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Foothead. Yeah, Foothead. He so they basically find a time turner.
Right. Okay.
Harry he's like a rundown member of the Ministry of Magic.
Is that like the thing that Hermione has in when she's doing double lessons?
You think that'd be right? Actually, yeah. But they're all the banned essentially, like they're illegal.
Right.
But the Ministry. Hermione is the Minister of Magic.
Right. Okay.
In the story, she is the Minister of Magic, and Harry is he's in charge of like a department in the Ministry, and he's run down as fuck.
Right.
Pretty shite at his job by the looks of things. But Albus and Scorpius, they realise that the Ministry is hiding this time turner, and they break into the Ministry and steal the time turner from Hermione's office.
Right.
And then use it to go back in time to save Cedric Diggory's life. But they realise the only way they can do that, so they go through different iterations of how they can do it. So they're like, okay, well, in the first task, he cast a spell at the dragon that came after him. If Cedric hadn't have cast that spell at the dragon, it would have knocked him off his broom and he would have been disqualified and he wouldn't have made it through to the next round.
Right. Okay.
So they go back in time, and when Cedric casts the spell, they block it. They're like hidden on the sideline, and they block Cedric's spell, so it never hits the dragon. The dragon knocks him off his broom, and he doesn't make it to the final. Therefore, Voldemort doesn't get to kill him.
Right. Okay. So
they're like, "Great job done." And then they go back to the future. Hey.
Oh no, I can't get the Back to the Future. Yeah.
And Harry Potter is actually dead.
Oh.
And Voldemort won the Battle of Hogwarts.
Right. Okay.
And it all basically, they explain it, how that they realize how that's happened. But basically it because Cedric survived, he was so humiliated at being knocked out on this round that he then became sort of a bit of a butt of the jokes.
Right.
He was no longer regarded as this like perfect boy.
Hero.
He his hero. He then became a Death Eater.
Right.
And as a Death Eater, he killed Neville Longbottom.
Oh, Neville.
Which meant that Neville was never alive to kill Nagini.
Yeah.
Which meant that Harry couldn't kill Voldemort because Nagini survived.
So did he have a picture of Harry and Hermione and they kept disappearing?
No.
Oh, okay. Back to future.
All right, no. So they go back and they're basically trying to figure out, they realize that so they go back. So when they go back, Scorpius basically, he's on his own. And he's like, where the fuck's Albus?
Oh, that I was going to say, does that not mean that he's not been born?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
well,
right, okay.
They try it a couple of times because the first time they do it, they realize they fucked up, and then they try and do it, and then they try and interrupt the the underwater task.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they try and sabotage that, doing it that way.
Crumb.
And instead of making it better, it just the outcome is worse and worse, basically.
Right. Okay.
So when they finally do it, the last chance they've got to do it, Scorpius just comes out of the water and he's like, "Where the fuck's Albus?" And what they've done has led Voldemort to win. Therefore, Albus never existed because Harry was killed. And he goes back to Hogwarts, and what's her name? Umbridge is the head mistress.
Dolores.
Dolores Umbridge. The world is essentially fallen to dark wizardry. They're all learning seriously fucked up shit. It's basically like fucking Nazi Germany. Yeah. So he has to try and he finds like a rebellion. There's like a rebel group who are underneath Hogwarts, and it's made up of Ron, Hermione, and Snape.
Right.
Snape's character in this play was fucking amazing. It was so good. But so Snape ends up sacrificing himself again. So it's like whatever timeline, Snape is a complete hero, and sacrifices himself for the greater good.
The greater good.
And Ron and Hermione also sacrifice themselves. So that's the sort of the first half, really, is them trying to get back to reset everything they've fucked up to get back to because they realize that the only way the world has ended up in the way it is because Cedric had to die.
Yeah.
If Cedric doesn't die, it's significantly worse. So they realize that.
Now, I haven't seen it already, but I know you have.
Yeah.
It doesn't that have tinges of The Man in the High Castle?
Is that to do with time travel?
No, but it's like an alternative thing. If the Nazis would have won, doesn't it? And it kind of goes down that route.
Well, it's only similar in the sense that it's a what if scenario.
Okay. Move on.
But that's
just trying to join in, Ross. Just trying to join in. That's all.
I know what you're saying, but it's only similar in the sense that it's like, what
Ross,
if this?
I wasn't dissing either of them. I was just having a conversation.
But then there's the second half is, throughout this process, Harry is working with someone who he thinks is Cedric's dad, right, who's still in mourning.
Oh boy! My boy! Yeah.
Harry thinks he's working with his niece to help to bring Cedric back, but it transpires that she's not his niece at all. She's put him under a spell, and she is in fact the love child of Lord Voldemort and Bellatrix Lestrange.
Ooh.
So Voldemort has a daughter.
Right.
And she wants the time turner because she knows that if she can stop Voldemort from trying to kill Harry when he's a baby, he wouldn't lose that a part of his soul, and he wouldn't go on the big sort of rivalry with Harry Potter where they would ultimately lose. So she wants to go back and intercept Voldemort when he goes into Godric's Hollow to kill Lily and James and Harry.
Yeah.
And that's the big overarching. I mean, that is a bit of a spoiler because you don't find out she's his daughter until pretty close to the end.
All right, okay. Shall I bleep all of that out?
Oh, fuck me. It was released, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So, fuck it. It's not. You can't be asked about a spoiler. It's a decade old, can you?
I also read that the reason why Voldemort disappeared was because he'd made too many Horcruxes.
Yeah.
And the fact that they destroyed one of the Horcruxes by accident led to him coming back stronger.
I was saying to Fast with you the other night, if I was like, because Voldemort puts them in very logical areas where there's some connection to him as to why it's there. So by logic, you can find these Horcruxi.
Yeah.
If it was me, like I'd literally remove as much logic.
Find a rock.
Put it in a dead dog's ass.
There's the title.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Everything
has some attachment to him. So if you found everything he'd ever touched, you'd find him anyway. But like
his ego.
Yeah.
It's his ego, apparently, because I do believe it's addressed in Deathly Hallows as to why, and it's basically Voldemort's ego is what's led him to put the Horcruxes where he's put them.
Right. Okay.
Because he's almost demonstrating his power by doing that. Yeah. As opposed to just dig up a dog or find a dog, kill it, or any animal. Better still, kill a dog, stick your soul up its ass, and then put it in a bin bag and sink it to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Where it's literally physically impossible for humans to even go that far.
Yeah, unless you've got
that far down.
Unless you've got a load of gillyweed, then you can find it, can't you? Eh?
No, gillyweed won't do it. Gillyweed won't do it. There are depths that even fish can't go. There's certain depths that you have to have been born at that depth.
Like sticking your soul up a dog's ass.
But that would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Like something like that, where there's no logic. Like no one's got. How would someone come around to that? It's like, I only know that because Ross talked about it on a podcast, and he then went on to separate his soul into an arsehole. But nobody would, like I said, otherwise, if you're Voldemort, that's the last place you would look. How far down the list have you got to get before it's the deepest depths of the ocean in a dead dog's arsehole?
Also, blindfolded, fly up to the Earth's atmosphere on your broom, throw it, and then even you don't know where it is.
Yeah, but
no, because that's why he needs to know. He needs to know where they are, doesn't he?
He needs to know where they are.
yeah. That's
and also the point. And also, you can't put it somewhere where it might get destroyed. Like in a dead dog's ass, it's probably going to be all right, but out in space, it just needs something to a fucking comet to hit it. Or something.
No.
You sat there with your tea and.
I was saying from the top of the Earth's atmosphere, so you're as high as you can possibly be, and then throw it.
Back down to Earth?
Back to the Earth, yeah. Because then
you're not saying cast it out into orbit.
No. Because that'd be space Harry Potter, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Potter 13. But no, it's no. So, but yeah, he needs to know where they are. So yeah, I get that now. I get it. I also
get my point.
I do. Yeah, definitely. It's always too close to him.
It's like you can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it takes him a long time.
yeah, but he fucking manages it, and But back to, I just want to hammer home how impressive that is as a show. Because you have a certain First of all, it's literally the most awarded show of all time. Right. The most highly awarded show of all time. And it's only been running since 2016.
Right.
And there's only two places in the world that you can see it. There's Broadway in New York and Palace Theatre in London.
Right.
London's West End. Only two places in the world that you can see it. And, you have an expectation that because of the subject matter, because of the context it's in, it's like, well, how are they going to manifest this magic?
Yeah.
And what you don't want, what I didn't want, is loads of projections and holograms and using too much tech on stage. It's like
for it to be like a bit of a pantomime show.
Well, I want it to be real. I want the props to be real. I want the, and I don't mind seeing somebody vaguely in a very black suit moving something. that looks like it's hovering. I don't care. I'd rather have that than have like Liam Neeson in War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
I mean, like a hologram, because that's what that is. You know what that is.
Yeah.
But what they did and how they did it on stage was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like the sleight of hand and the illusion that they use, I was just like, Like I'm talking like so the reason I booked it so long ago is because I really wanted like front row seats.
Yeah.
We were the third row,
Yeah,
which was better than the front, because the front you had to look over the stage.
Yeah.
So we were like, it was absolutely perfect. We were right there. You could see every expression, every wrinkle, a lot.
Did Harry Potter's knob hit you?
I didn't get hit by any nubs.
All right, that's a shame.
But there was literally people disappearing in front of my eyes and somebody else reappearing within 3 seconds right in front of me. And I was like when they take the polyjuice portion, you remember the polyjuice portion? They turn into someone else. Yeah. There's a couple of times throughout this story where the polyjuice portion is used, and literally an actor will be stood there right in front of you, and they'll drink it, and they'll start going, and all of a sudden they'll just vanish, and someone else will pop up, and it's right in front of you. So you see it the first time, you think, "Fuck me," and then they're that good at it that they'll do that 3 or 4 times, knowing that on the second, third, and fourth time you're going to be looking, thinking, how are they actually doing that?
I'll get them this time.
And it will just be like intricate use of trapdoors. They obviously just got it so smooth.
Yeah. And
the way they use the lighting and the way they design the sets is so well thought out. It allows them to do this seamlessly.
Yeah.
Every single time. I mean, there's you remember the park keys? People travel using park keys.
Yeah.
Well, there's a phone box at the back of the stage, and in several scenes, you'd see someone go up to the phone box and they'd pick the phone up and they'd be talking, and he would literally vanish through the coin slot in this phone box. And it'd be a physical person stood there, they'll pick the phone up, they'll be talking, and then they will vanish and the cloak will just get sucked into that coin slot. And they do it several times. And every time I was like, that looks amazing. I was like, I am like, again, there's obviously some moving trap thing, but you cannot see it. You cannot physically see that person vanish. Like they just go like that. It was amazing. And then I think one of the most memorable elements to it was the Dementors.
Right. Okay.
The Dementors. I'm not exaggerating. You'd have shat yourself.
And you didn't.
You'd have absolutely shat yourself. It was fucking terrifying. You know they're coming. Someone says someone mentions the Dementors and that they're coming, and it's in this alternate time. It's the first time you see them, and they're coming for Snape, Hermione, and Ron.
Right.
And you just hear this almighty screech and scream. And they're looking, trying to see where they are. And they fucking come from behind you. They come from, and it's, I couldn't even figure out at first if they were people or if they were puppets. And Fatima was like, no, they're fucking people. And the more I looked, I was like, oh my God, they actually are people in there. And they were wearing these like translucent, silver, white, ragged, because I always pictured Dementors to be like ring wraiths. That fly. Yeah. These were more like ethereal phantoms with skeletal hands and really long fingers and bony, dead faces. And you could see it all because what they were wearing was actually just like white. Oh God, your door shut me up then.
The dog. The dog can open this door now.
They literally came flying from behind you, from above you, and they descend on the stage. And I was, fuck me. And then the lights start, the lights in the theatre start going on and off.
Go on.
The lights in the theatre start going on and off, and the Dementors start flying around the theatre. They're obviously all on wires.
Yeah.
There's people on wires. But they fly around the theatre. They literally go straight over your head. You can feel like the cloth of the robes on your head, and they go right to the people who were sat way up there in the Dosser seats.
Yeah.
Sat way up there in the top. They literally go right up in front of them. And you can hear people up there going, look at Jesus Christ. And I was just like, the light, and every time the lights went off, they changed position, and they were using these doors and these little holes around the theatre to maneuver around so quickly.
Wow.
And it was so scary. And then they all gather on the stage, and Snape, Ron, and Hermione are like back to back, like with the wands, just like fucking. And then Snape does the Patronus charm, Expecto Patronum. And then this big luminous stag's head. Is it a stag? Or is it it's Lily Potter's? It's Lily Potter's Patronus.
Is it a deer? Is it a deer?
A deer, I think. Yeah, or a doe or something like that.
Yeah.
And and
a female deer.
And it's moving. It's this fucking thing that's like, it is just a person in a black suit with it on a stick.
Right. Okay.
You can't see shit.
No.
They were so clever with it. You can't see shit. And he's you can see his Patronus keeping him at bay. And he starts getting weaker and weaker, and his Patronus starts getting, and then the Dementors are just slowly coming closer and closer to the three of them. And then Snape's like, "You two, run away!" He was like, "Just go! I'll hold them off." So Ron and Hermione
go.
And then he just like, you see the light go out on his wand, and then his Patronus disappears, and then all of the Dementors. This is right in front of your very eyes.
Yeah.
All the Dementors just descend on him like that. Right. Yeah. So say this is Snape.
Yeah.
Say that's Snape.
Yeah.
The Dementors literally go like that. They come down, they cover him like that, and then they just go boom, and they like literally they just fly up straight through the roof, and there's no one there. The stage is empty. Like they're all gone. Like there's like 4 people there that have just gone thump straight up through the roof, and then the lights go down, and then it comes up end of part 1, and literally everyone was stood up like, fucking Jesus Christ. I was just like that. I looked at Fatima and she was like, "What did you think?" I was like, it was absolutely mind-blowing. That's it. I mean, there was lots of scenes where there was like dueling, and they were like firing, like Scorpius and Harry were having a duel in this kitchen, and they were firing spells at each other and launched each other through the air. They were picking up chairs with spells and throwing chairs at each other, and there was fucking things flying through the air. It was amazing. Yeah. But that Dementor scene, I will always remember that for as long as I live. The way they played that scene out, and how scared I was sat there, and how they ended it just flying up the roof. I was like, that's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible. And yeah, so there was lots of instances where there was just the most effective, innovative, creative use of a stage and set design and props without having to lean too heavily on technology.
Yeah.
Was just fucking amazing.
Well, I think as well that the fact that it's been going for so long, that's they'll have perfected it within an inch of its life now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at how much tickets are.
Yeah, you should. You can risk it and pay like 30 quid a ticket and go and buy it the same week that you're going. Yeah, but you're not going to know what seat you're in.
No.
I think it was I paid about £80 per person per part.
Yeah.
So for 2 people, it was like 160 quid for part 1, then 160 quid for part 2. But they were absolute primo seats.
I'm looking for Charlotte's birthday. There's nothing. Sunday there. Right. Okay. Right. I'll have a look another time.
Do it. Honestly, yeah. I can't recommend it enough. I literally like, and I was like, I'm so invested now in Harry Potter. I was like, that was amazing. And there was points when I was crying. There was scenes where it was, because the thing is, there's a lot of scenes where it's just talking.
Yeah.
And the acting was so good. I was sat there when Harry's talking to his son, and it's like we've all been there, where there's just a natural conflict with our dads. You get to an age where you rebel against your dad. You either reconcile or you don't. But at one point, you want to stop being like your dad, and they do that.
Yeah.
And Albus is clearly like, you don't fucking understand me at all. Like, and Harry's like trying to get on the same page as his son, but there's this chasm, and there's the scenes that play out between them as they're talking to each other. It was just like so heart-wrenching. I was sat there watching. I was bawling my eyes out at certain parts. And I was just like, fuck me, this is just. The acting was so good. It was so fucking good, and you're anticipating like certain characters to come in. It's like I know McGonagall's in it. Yeah. She hasn't been yet. When I know Dumbledore's in it. What's Dumbledore going to be like? And I know that Snape's like towards the tail end of the first half. I'm like, I can't fucking wait to see what Snape is like.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just, to be on the West End in London, it's absolute top draw. Like it doesn't get better than that. Like you got the finest actors.
So do you think if they were to say next year, I know you go and see it, but if they were to say we're going to make a film of it, do you think the stage, because of the just the whole thing, would still be better?
Oh yeah.
I don't think they will film it, but yeah.
No, they won't. Well, I don't. I think
No.
I think Daniel Radcliffe's already pretty much bin that off like a while ago. The idea of doing that, but you cannot. There is no alternative for that experience. No. You can't switch it out for anything. Reading the books is amazing. Watching the films is amazing. Going to the screenplay, going to the stage show is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's the one format most people haven't experienced. There's fucking everyone's a Harry Potter fan out there. You know, very few of those have seen that stage show. And I think if they did, like the amount of people I've told about this that have said, right, I need to fucking go now, Ross. Like I'm in. I need to see it. I'm like, trust me, you need to. Like I'm not fucking around. You have to see it. Because even sort of taken away the fact that it's Harry Potter, our beloved Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's literally the most highly awarded show of all time.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
And it sells out every single night. It's been selling out every day for 10 years. That's how fucking good it is. It was packed out. The theater was full.
Yeah.
It was completely full. I was like, fucking, I had to book the tickets last August, something like that. I booked them.
Right.
So nearly a year ago.
Wow.
And I did, and I literally, when I was booking them, I was like, right, I'll look at the end of the year. And I was like, the only seats that were available were like a little bit further back. It'd still be great.
Yeah.
But I was like, I really wanted that. I was like, after seeing Les Mis at the front,
yeah,
I was like, I really want to. It makes a big difference being that close, and I do think I had a genuinely different experience from the people that were sort of higher up and to the back.
Well, I know it's not the same, but I went to see the Pet Shop Boys a couple of weeks ago, and I was so high up.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh. Yeah, I'm glad I went, but you don't quite get the full when you can see the people behind sort of moving things behind. It sort of loses some of its effect. Doesn't it?
Yeah. Like when we went to see Alan Partridge, that was far back. You're just watching him on telly. Yeah.
Now
theatres aren't as big anywhere near as big. No. You'll never have that same level of a problem where because they don't have TV screens in theaters.
No.
So no matter where you are, you can, and you can pay. So I've actually just bought for my grandma as a Christmas present tickets to see Les Mis tour, and they're playing in Leeds Grand Theatre.
Right. Okay.
My grandma, she's like me, it's one of her artists, but it's a favorite musical.
Yeah.
She's never seen it live. Logistically, we've never been able to figure out how we would do it. But I was looking because I'm just in theatre mode right now. I was like, right, what else can I see? What else is fucking coming up? Because I want it all, and I want it in here on my forehead now. And I looked and I was like, fuck me, Les Mis is touring.
Yeah.
And it's coming to Leeds. So I bought me and my grandma tickets in December to go and see it.
That'll be good.
But when we were in I had the aisle seat at Harry Potter. So it was like, I was literally here, the stage was there and the aisle was here. And at one point, at the very closing, the final sort of climax is all of the cast, so Harry and Ginny and Ron and Hermione and all their kids, along with Draco Malfoy and his son, and all of the characters that have been battling to stop Voldemort's daughter are all present for this big battle at the end. It's fucking epic.
Yeah.
They thwart the daughter. She's bound and gagged, basically. But they've all gone back in time to Godric's Hollow.
Right, okay.
And you know that Voldemort is going to show up because it's that point in the timeline. It's right at the very beginning of the story where Voldemort shows up to kill Lily, James, and baby Harry. And the whole cast are hiding in the church across the road from Harry and Lily's house, James and Lily's house. And they know, they're like, Harry's like, all I've ever wanted is to stop Voldemort from killing my mum and dad. I now have that chance, but I know that there's nothing I can do because it would fundamentally change everything. Like how things have played out is how they needed to play out for us to be in this position and to be happy. But they're all waiting. And literally, like I noticed, I got really nervous because I noticed I was sat there and one of the stewards came running down, and literally there was a bag that the person who was sat in front of me, they had the bag that was ever so slightly pointing out into the aisle. And they literally came running out of nowhere and moved it aside. And I was thinking,
something's going to go. Something's coming down the aisle.
Yeah, whatever is coming down is literally going to be right next to me because it's like, it's here. It's right here. I was like, fuck me. What is it? So I was dead aware thinking the Dementor's going to scream in my face again. I was starting to get a bit edgy. And then I realized, I thought, and then you see the basically the church set changes and turns into the inside of Godric's Hollow into the house. And you see it's basically Voldemort walking into the house. And he comes up through this smoke on the stage, through this trapdoor, and the stairs that lead up to the stage turns into some stairs come out of it like that.
Right. Okay.
And Voldemort just comes up and he looks fucking terrifying. He looks scary as fuck, mate. Way scarier than what Ray finds than he looks in the films. You know, like he's like a bald white reptilian man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Flat as a Ken doll down there. But in this, he looks like that. But they did his nose like really sort of out here and a bit sort of like red and scaly, and he looked fucking horrible, mate.
Yeah.
And he came up out of the floor and he just stood in the center of the stage, and like everyone was just transfixed, and all the cast are surrounding him, but they're blacked out because they're supposed to be basically in another building across the street watching him. And then he just makes his way to the end of the stage and stands, and he's just looking around like that. And then he walks down the stage, and he was right in front of me, and I was just sat there like, and he just walked straight past it. I was literally like, It was amazing. And you only get that being there in that kind of seating, where I was like, fucking hell. I felt Voldemort's cloak on my foot. I felt the Dementor's cloak over my head. It's a proper, fully immersive experience.
There we go. So are you wanting to rebrand us as the top 5 theatre going experience podcast?
But there's no reason why any Harry Potter fan I feel sorry. I really feel sorry for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, I read it years ago. I read it about 4 years ago, something like that. I was very late to the game reading the first child, but I did read it, and it was awesome. But a lot of people haven't even read it, and the only reason they have, if it was a Harry Potter book like any other, everyone would have read it.
Yeah.
For some reason, because it was released quite a while after.
Screenplay.
Because it's a script.
Yeah.
It's like people just didn't bother, which is a real shame, because if you get past that format, it's absolutely amazing. And the thing is, you start reading it within 10 minutes, you've forgotten it's a script.
Yeah.
You're reading it like anything else. Because it's not like exit stage left and all that. It's literally just like Harry and then what he says, and Hermione and what she says, and so on. Yeah, got myself a t-shirt, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
But I actually did it.
You're a man of the world.
I actually did it before, because it was what was it, 20? It was like 31 degrees, something like that.
Right.
In London, fucking red hot. And I did not pack for that heat whatsoever. So I was fucking walking around in jeans and a cotton shirt, absolutely dripping. And
were your balls absolutely covered in sweat?
Yeah, I had sweaty balls. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing worse than that.
Although I had manscaped, so I wasn't too bad. I had manscaped the day previous.
It wasn't collecting then.
So it's no, I'm absolutely smooth as fuck down there.
Whatever, Porsche.
But we went into one of these Harry Potter shops, and I was looking, and I was thinking, I'd love to buy a t-shirt, but I don't want to buy a t-shirt that just says fucking Harry Potter. I was thinking, I wonder if there's. I always try and look for the subtler ones where like. No one's gonna know it. I know it's Harry Potter t-shirt. No other fuck.
And if someone really does see it and says hello to you, best friends forever.
Yeah, that's it. I found this amazing one. I was like, this is so cool. And it's basically like, I was saying to you, like when we were designing the Simon and Ross podcast sort of logo, and I was saying, think like 80s arcade game.
Yeah.
Very Stranger Things type vibe.
Yeah.
In that vein. It's basically like it's like a graphic that's in that style. So it looks almost like, I'll just have to show you it, but it's basically the outline of Hogwarts.
Right. Okay.
But against like an 80s retro arcade.
Nice.
It looks fucking class. I tested it out the following day because I met Nathan, and I was like, "What do you think of my t-shirt?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's quite cool." Yeah. I was like, "Do you know what it is?" He was like, "It's probably some fucking band, isn't it?" And I was like, "It's a Harry Potter t-shirt." He was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, look." And I was like, "What do you think that is?" And he was like, "Is that Hogwarts?" I was like, "Yeah, look, it is he? No one knows. I fucking know." A great t-shirt. So I got that, and then we also went to a place. I think it's called like Miriam's or something similar to Miriam's, but I didn't even know it existed. But it's one of the most unique sort of themed shops I've ever been in. Done very well. Everything in there is absolutely extortionate, but they have props in there from the film. Right. They have limited edition replicas of props.
Right.
So they had like loads of like the Daily Prophet and the Quibbler and things like that. You know, like the newspaper articles.
Yeah.
And they would literally on the wall, it'd be framed. This is the original. And then underneath it, it'd be like, here are
copies
100 copies, but this is the only place they exist. You know, there's only 100 of them, and you can buy them. And I just got a fridge magnet. Nothing exclusive or limited about it. But the shop was amazing. It was a beautiful shop. All the wallpaper was like Harry Potter themed, and it was like they had these books. They had all of the books. They're like 30 quid each, but they were all like full of like pop-up things. And there was like I was looking through the Philosopher's Stone book, and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. And there's so many props within the book. There's so many items within the book. So you're going through it, and the part where he receives his invitation to come to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
There's a physical envelope, full-size envelope stuck to a page, and you open it up, and there's an invitation to Hogwarts that you can pull out of it. And it was also, so throughout the entire book was just like all these different props and things. That's why they were so expensive, 30 quid for like one book.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking epic.
Did Fatima take your credit card before you went in?
Oh, she wouldn't spend anything. I'm the dangerous one.
No, that's what I mean. Take it off you.
Oh, she doesn't stand a chance, mate. If I want to buy something, there's nothing. No one's stopping me. I don't think she bought anything. I bought a few. I bought the they had programs that they were selling for a £5, but they also had these bigger ones that had all of like the set design and interviews with the people who were behind, like, you know, the creative director and the director of Illusion and all this cool shit. I was like, yeah, give me that one. Got that. Fridge magnets. Got a couple of pictures. T-shirt. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No.
Let's do a screen share.
All right.
I just typed in YouTube into YouTube. That's silly, isn't it? Harry Potter, first child. Right.
Harry Potter official Darkness trailer.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to share it now.
Okay.
Oh, you need to horse disabled.
I'm doing it. That's why I was clicking. Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Like a bolt of lightning, it sparked something. Experience it now.
Nice.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the Dementors?
I don't know. I didn't see the Dementors.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm going to share it again. Pause on the Dementors. Right, let's find.
There you go.
Better?
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling.
There.
All right. Oh, I did see them. I thought that was just like a tea towel that's floating in the air.
Fuck off.
Oh, wow, yeah.
J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah.
Those cunts.
Yeah.
And there's about 6 of them fuckers flying around the theatre screaming at you.
Right. Okay.
And actual people. You can't see those fucking wires there, can you?
No.
I've paused it and you cannot see wires. Can you? They're flying.
You've gone from pausing Basic Instinct to see Sharon Stone's Minge to pausing pause it and see if you can see Dementia wires.
Yeah, does that whet your whistle a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm in, Ross. I just need to try and surprise Charlotte somehow with that.
Well, it's a tough one because it's a fucking trip to London.
Yeah, but
you've got to.
If I could do it around a birthday, then I can.
And believe me when I say those tickets, that's your cheapest part.
Yeah, yeah, I'm very aware of that.
That is your cheapest part. I mean, fuck me. You get absolutely. I mean, a weekend in London to see Harry Potter because Fatima was like trying to like encourage me to just do it like we can travel down on the day, we can see it and come back. And I was like, fuck that. We're gonna go the night before, so we're well rested, so we can enjoy it, and then we're also gonna stay after because then we don't need to think about. Yeah. When you know what it's like, you'll be sat there thinking.
Half an hour from the end, you'll be thinking, well, we've got like 4-hour journey ahead of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was like, fuck me. I mean, yeah, I would say just get the Premier Inn in Covent Garden. Because that's like 250 quid a night, which is cheap. Yeah. And you know what you get with a Premier Inn? You get a nice hydro bed.
Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll work something out. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be so excited for you if you said you got tickets. I'd be fucking buzzing for you, mate.
I get there and you be sat next to me, and I wouldn't even know you were there.
Like that.
Have you seen my t-shirt? Look at that. It's Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. That annoying, like, wait for this bit.
Oh, this really good now. And then right at the end, it's like, oh, they did it better when I went to see it. It's like, fuck off. Fucking anyone people. When we saw it, it was amazing. Oh, it wasn't so good when you saw it. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I liked Mrs. Weasley's tits in that one.